Okay, we'll start then. We have guest also today.
Yeah. Go ahead, Darshan.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So we will start session slowly. So the other people will be joined. First of all, I will introduce Pradesh. He's joining as we mentioned last week. We will be I see, remember, so Nuan and Lasanta, sorry, because last week you both lost, but don't worry, we will cover it. So last 2 weeks, we have gone through many tools that we can use in the lean tools that we can use in the logistic and supply chain function in the warehouses. And today, as I discussed last time and we mentioned, there's another tool, another area we discuss about what is called the Six Sigma. So today we invite in Sri Lankan Six Sigma, one of a guru and well-experienced person, practically very experienced person applying Six Sigma, and he has got many results in many organizations. So his name is Pradesh. Pradesh joining. So welcome Pradesh for the session. And Pradesh is a managing director of Lean Six Sigma company, Asia Pacific Road. If you take this company in the Google, you just type it. This is one of the biggest Lean Six Sigma organization in the world, headquarters from Netherlands. And he is heading this Asian function, including including Australia and New Zealand. So that area also handled by Pradesh in his company. So he has experienced person, and another thing is he's a master black belt person. In normally green, yellow belt, blue belt, so green and black belt. Normally everyone can get it. Even myself and Dilip both we have black belt, but Pradesh is one step. That is the last step. There's a master black belt person, right? So he is very good in that one, and he has a wonderful experience in the field, right? As you can see in his profile, he's headed in the Associate Motorways and another very famous company in Sri Lanka, Axo Global Plane Sri Lanka. So he's there, and he has very good trainer because I also joined with his few trainings in Six Sigma when I was in Jordan. So currently he's delivering his knowledge for the people in the SLIM, Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, and NSPM, we call the Green University in Sri Lanka. And he's a good analytical person, so analytical guy, because he's university graduates also in the BSc in statistics. So many that is very much related to the Six Sigma. So that is why we invite Pradesh to deliver the session. Even Dilip and myself, we discussed initially who will do this session. Dilip said, okay, I will take it. I said, no, I can also do it. But we think, no, we need to get the professional and who has a wonderful experience in this field. We are very good experience in lean function, but not that much of Six Sigma. So that is why if you take the best 5 people, Six Sigma best 5 people in Sri Lanka, Pradesh is one. So that is why we have invited him. So thank you, Pradesh, first of all. Thanks for joining with us for share your knowledge. So Pradesh, you can take the control. Okay, so Dilip will take out from his control, then you can take it and we will continue.
Okay, right. Thanks, Darshana, for that intro. And so Darshana and Dilip, thanks a lot for inviting me for this session. It's a privilege to take over and sharing my knowledge with the participants here. Once again, thank you. Hope everyone can see the screen.
Yes, Pradesh.
Yes. Okay. And so this is though this is a small slot, so I need it to be very interactive. That is what we are good at. So that is something I'm enjoying always. To have a two-way communication or a discussion. So right. So today my focus is on this topic. As you can see, it's about so you are discussing about this logistics. So how Six Sigma can be applied in a logistics sector, so especially supply chain side of it. So right, I'm going to start with a small story. So let's try to understand the background of it a little bit. So here I'm going to talk about something everyone here is familiar with. So this story, it's about customer order to delivery. Right, that is something you're good at. Customer places the order. What happens? Call center takes it and they check the inventory. And if the product is available, so you pick it and so you do the packaging part of it and you have a nice vehicle, you deliver it to the customer's doorstep. So in nutshell, that is Darshana. Is that logistics? Okay, right. So now, okay. So once upon a time, so there were two companies, company A and company B. For the ease of understanding, let's rather than putting labels, two companies are there, company A and company B. So one person ordered from both these companies to experience, then he can select the best company. So this is his first experience. First 10 days, he placed the orders with company A, and then the second 10 days, next 10 days, he placed the order with the company B, right? Okay, so let's see the numbers. Always I like numbers, so we need to go to numbers. Then only we can make decisions, right? So company A and company B. So first 10 days from company A, you can see here in this picture, the time it took. So, okay, before that, I will tell you this also, the delivery promise. So 30 days, both the companies are following the same concept, same promise to their customers, right? That means order to delivery, or to deliver it is 30 days, right? So first 10 days, it's like this. For company A, this is what the person has experienced from company A. Then the next 10 days from company B. So these are the number of days. If he has to do a comparison and select the best company, so which company we should go ahead with?
I think we
Audience?
should go with company A because it is pretty much consistent in their delivery. Whereas their promised dates are like 30 days lead time, and they were like within that parameter except few cases.
Okay, right. I got a feedback. Any other feedbacks? Any other different way of thinking? Or is it the same? I can give another opportunity. Is it still company A winning the game? To help you, I will give you more statistics to this. So as we know, we all are familiar with the average, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone is doing average. Let's take the average of these two companies. Average is same. 30 average. Have they met their delivery promise to the customer? So that is our main concern, no? So in that aspect, considering that, so which company is the best, or both the companies are equally same? I think I got one feedback. Apart from that, any other feedbacks? We are
considering the whole days average. Since both are same, I think both are same, the company's performance.
right. So Lasanta, so there is no difference in terms of the selection of the company. Both are performing equally good, right? And
Yes.
so nuance comment, it is company A. Okay, so I'm going to take another step forward, which we all should do, before we make our final call. So, do some analysis, background. Let's use some charts, okay, to elaborate this further for both these companies. See what will happen. Company A, company B. So orange line is their commitment or their promise, 30 days. Company A and the company B. Do you see any difference here?
Yeah, company B is having the inconsistency.
Around 30 days.
Yeah.
Company A?
Pretty much consistent.
Okay, pretty much consistent. So just to help him, right? Company A, if you look at now, these are the 10 consecutive days. If you look at it's like maybe maybe a few minutes late or few minutes early, few minutes, but that consistency is there, as Nuwan said. Consistency, the word is very powerful. Means like customer can predict. Okay, so when you have this consistency, it's very clear, right? It's around, the deviations are very small deviations you can get. Maximum, I would say, like maybe 3 or 4 minutes, nothing more than that. But if you look at the company B, it's totally different. Just look at this the first day delivery. First day delivery, it's about 15 minutes, so early. Okay, but the very next day, 50 minutes, that means 20 minutes late. Then like around like 35 minutes, then again 20 minutes. What do you think if you put this customer's shoes and say, if it was this, if you were this customer, like especially this company B, one day too early, the next day too late, again too too early, too late, kind of thing. Would you like to experience that customers? Like
No.
is it something good? No, not at all. Like because simply you can't predict.
Yeah.
Early or late. Okay, so this gives you a good insight for you, because now the other interesting thing is the averages are same. So my simple question to you is, which one you feel, this average 30 minutes or this inconsistency as a customer? Basanta?
Inconsistency.
Right? Inconsistency. Why? This average is just a mathematical calculation.
Yeah.
But you don't feel it when you look at this graph at all. This situation, this scenario, customer is furious, no question about it. But this is this gives you a good insight to you. What happens internally in your organization to, evaluate your performances, what do you take? I'm pretty sure it is average. Let's say like your KPIs, monthly KPIs, you calculate your average and see against the target. If it is, meeting the target, if your average is meeting the target, so then, right, you're performing good. But here you can see in this particular company B, they will get their bonuses, so they will recognize the employees, but end of the month or end of the year, you are losing customers. So there is some mismatch. The mismatch is this inconsistency. Okay, so this is something global now. Okay, what is the missing link? The missing link is the variance, or what he said, what Nuwan said, inconsistency. There must be a measurement. The measurement is so-called variance or variation. Now you have the numbers, and you can see where it went wrong. Averages are same, but the variances you can see. Company B is actually 15 times bigger variance than company A. There's that much inconsistent. Now, this is the real value you should look at when you are so concerned about the customer satisfaction. Okay, so further explaining, late Jack Welch, I think you know about him, so former CEO, General Electric. So this is the statement he has given. See this bold letters at the statement, the mean never happens. Mean is not something existing, but people think it is the calculation you can depend on. Not at all. So what is more important is the variation. Now it says, heroic 4-day delivery in one order, the next day 20-day delay. So no consistency. So variation is the evil. So if it's like business professionals, your biggest concern should be the variation, because it is actually killing the organization. So Six Sigma, if you want to learn about Six Sigma, actually you are learning about variation, because the focus of Six Sigma is variation. Why? Customer feels variation, nothing else. So further elaborating, so this is that scenario. Now, this is like to learn about it, you need to it takes time, but in a given slot, I'm trying to do my best to explain this Six Sigma. It's again, like, emphasize it. It's about variation reduction. You can see the bell curve here. This bell curve means the way your operation works, the performances of your operation or how it works. Now, you can see here the two vertical lines. Those are the customer voice. In other words, in your own language, it is about customer given tolerance. Now, any situation, customer will give you a target. Let's say in terms of delivery. Now, logistics, it's all about delivery time. So target time is given. Then there is plus or minus tolerance always. No, maybe let's say like 8 o'clock, and less than the given location is maybe plus or minus 10%. 5 minutes late, 5 minutes early, you can do the delivery. So acceptance within that range. If you can deliver it, customer is happy. Or this area. If you are exceeding those two limits, that means customer is unhappy. You are making a defect. Simply, that is what Six Sigma is about. So that means we all need to reduce defects. That means the red chunks here, which are exceeding the limits, customer limits, you need to minimize. So that means you bring in more consistency to the picture. Maybe the level 1 here, that is called 1 sigma. So you have lots of mass exceeding the customer expectation. When you improve it further or bring in consistency to the process, you are reducing those areas and make it more within the customer limits. Likewise, it's a continuous journey. So in lean also, you are learning continuous improvement. So here also, like the continuous improvement in consistency. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 is the pinnacle of it. So if you hit the Six Sigma number, so you have this magical output. Means like it is 3.4 defects per million opportunities. Just to explain that very briefly, let's say you are providing services. Now, in terms of number of services, you will have 3 or 3.4 or like 4, approximately 4 defects in 1 million services. Now you can get a good understanding from that. So that's the the impact of Six Sigma. It's actually Six Sigma is not the ending of it. You can go further, 7 Sigma, 8 Sigma, likewise. Then further, this will improve. So it's all about bringing consistency by reducing variation in the process. And okay, you can disturb me if you have any questions also. Do we have any questions here?
When it's come to airlines management, I think we have to go beyond this one. No?
Yes, absolutely. So critical industries like aviation industry, special, and even the pharmaceutical, healthcare. So those industries, this number is beyond that, because those industries are critical. So a very good question, actually. That's what. There is no ending to this journey. And it doesn't mean other industries like in apparel sector or other manufacturing sector, they shouldn't consider Six Sigma. No, not at all. Here, for them, the advantage or the winning point for them is making profits. If they go for this 4, 5, 6 Sigma, they make profits. So any organization, ultimate goal is to make profits. So everyone can, experience this. But there are certain industries, it's not an option for them. I think that's the correct way to put it. They need to go for Six Sigma. Okay, so any other questions before I jump to the methodology? So again, methodology, this is again a broad area. So for an example, when you are learning, black belt level, thorough study on this Six Sigma, like in even the classroom training alone, like it takes about 80 hours. So here in the given slot, Darshana, 30 minutes, I'm going to, just summarize it and give you the essence of what is this Six Sigma is. So, the lean concepts, there are 5 principles you are talking about. Just like the Six Sigma methodology, you have DMEC: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So what is it about this? It's the systematic way. This sequence you need to follow. It's kind of a project management. One can describe it like that way also. So the define, you need to clearly define the problems. nothing else. So at the starting, the problem should be crystal clear. So you are using several tools for that, project charters, the benefit effect matrix, so affinity diagrams, like there are so many different tools. Using them, you describe the problem. So you are not even touching the solutions, root cause analysis, anything there. Then the next component, it's about quantifying your problem. You need to quantify, you need to add numbers to it. And simply telling, it's about where are you now? What is your current level of performances? Based on that, you set your goals. And this part is very important. This is something unique to Six Sigma. There are other methodologies now, so in the world, but compared to them, this is the most unique part of Six Sigma. So actually, like either the project, you make it or break it from this measurement system analysis. That means your measurements. We are checking, there are tools to check whether you are measuring correctly. So measurement system analysis is there in the measure stage. Then the analysis, it's about, you brainstorm, you are figuring out potential root causes. Then out of the potential root causes, you need to do some, statistical works, and you figure out what are the significant root causes to the problem. So now you have the root causes to the problem. Then you move on to the improve stage. So improve stage is, again, you will have to do some brainstorming activities. There are some very interesting tools. So you will learn when you are doing the Six Sigma idea generation. It's about, so then you figure out or you develop solutions, potential solutions for our problem or the root causes we have identified. Then you need to do some certain screening process. After that, you select the best solution and you have to trial out. Even like in even the lean. So when we are trialing, we don't go live straight away, do some pilot runs. Then if the pilot runs are giving you results, you can move on to the next stage, which is control stage. You go live with your solutions. And most importantly, even the PDCA cycle. So you need to develop tools for sustaining. So here also there are tools, SOPs, control charts, the control, likewise, tools you develop. And the okay, and all these sustaining tools you are using under control, and the documentation and properly handing over the project. In a nutshell, this is how it works, the DMEC process. In each module, there are unique set of tools we have. Right, when it comes to now, one might wonder, so what are the benefits of this? Now, this statement will explain you a lot on that. Just have a look at it. This is about Fortune 100 companies alone. It's all about savings, end of the day, or profits to the organization we are talking about. Every Six Sigma project should deliver savings. And so here the audience is from logistics sector. So what benefits you get? I think even before this slide, you got an understanding, the outcome of it or the benefits you get. So mainly I can categorize them into 4 areas. The number one, it's about quality. So every time you talk about Six Sigma, you reduce variation. That means you bring quality to your product or service. So you consistently can deliver or improve your service quality. Service quality, and by minimizing errors and avoiding delays in deliveries. It's about quality. The cost reduction. Now it is mainly about the operational cost reduction. So when it comes to inventory holding cost, because you can significantly reduce you can simply you can maintain the optimum inventory level through this, and reworking will be reduced. So that's all about operational cost reduction, and the customer satisfaction, because on time delivery, on time, right quality, on time, in full delivery. It's about, so you can make the customer happy. So other thing is now data driven decision making means you can't talk about Six Sigma without having data. The first thing you need to have is data. If you have data available, you can run Six Sigma projects. So data driven decision making is something encouraged in this Six Sigma process. Okay, so that's briefly about Six Sigma. Let me introduce ourselves also. You might be wondering, I think Darshan already explained. Let me check like if you have sound. Okay. Sorry.
Darshana, there's a notification.
Okay.
You
Am
saw
I
that?
audible?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So that's us, the Lean Six Sigma company. We are from Netherlands. Our head office is in Rotterdam, second largest city in Netherlands. So our expansion, we are the number one in Europe, almost every country in Europe. Apart from that, US and Canada, we have our presence. And so recently we have expanded into Asia Pacific. So myself and Diane are responsible for APAC region, including India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, of course, Malaysia, Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand. And recently we launched our operation in Australia and New Zealand. So stats. So all this time as a company, we have trained over 27,000 professionals just like you from over 4,000 businesses. So the global recognition. So when it comes to Six Sigma training, so there are two ISO standards. That is 13053 and 18404. We have both the standards. We are one of the fewest in the world with, and there are other standards, especially European standards and ISO 9001 Bureau Veritas also. These are some of them. So international recognition will, established through these certifications. So classroom training, physical class, we do both physical classroom training as well as online classroom. When it comes to physical classroom training, almost every program is like simulation based. We have very interesting simulations like Lego game, mortgage game, depending on the organization. For like in a service sector like yours, we play like the Lego game as well as the mortgage game also. So you will learn by doing during the classroom training sessions. And when it comes to online training sessions, so it is like this, and we are using this very interesting tool called Miro, or like workshop kind of activities. Though you are connected virtually, still you play these games. So Six Sigma, mainly we have these three qualifications. The basic qualification is called yellow belt, and the intermediate level is green belt, and the advanced level is called black belt. Under this black belt, you can see we have two kinds of black belt manufacturing and black belt services. Now, you people are from service sector, so this is the one for service sector. So accordingly, like we have tailor-made programs. One bonus to you. So today I can one advantage you have. So even maybe today after the program, you can be a Six Sigma or Lean Six Sigma white belt certified person by enrolling to this program. One thing is this is absolutely free. Okay, so even now you can scan this and then you can follow the instructions. Then it's self-learning program. This is the only self-learning program we have. So it takes about, I would say, 45 minutes. Just follow the program, and there's a small exam. Once you pass it, you will get this certificate. If you want, I can share this link also.
Yeah, share with us, Pradesh. Then we will share in the group. We have a separate WhatsApp group. I will share it.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
So that's it actually.
Thank
I
you.
think I'm on the dot. Okay, just 2 minutes late.
No problem. No problem.
So
Thank you very much.
is very important.
Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks, Pradeep. Thank you very much for your support, especially give a insight for the Six Sigma, how it's used. Thanks for the wonderful example you have taken. It's good for it's relevant to the team. Okay, we'll move.
Hope so.
We'll move. Please share
Yes.
this detail with me. I will share in our WhatsApp group so they can follow this yellow belt because that is free. So thanks for that, giving that opportunity also to the team.
So
Okay.
we stopped at the documentation and reporting part of it. So I think I don't need to explain the importance of documentation when it comes to warehousing, because every transaction is we need to have keep proof and maintaining accurate all activities, and then even report inventory reports, and even some damaged goods or other any key metrics. And the last two is all about customer service. You need to be very responsible of this, addressing all customer inquiries, and mainly in a public warehouse, because in a private warehouse, it is always aligned with the company vision or goal. But let's imagine if you are running a public warehouse where you have multiple parties, so then customer service is something at the top. And unlike in all the other operations in a warehouse also, you need to look at continuous improvement activities. That is also key part of the whole warehouse management process. All right, so let me proceed. Lasanta is not there still, right? But I'll move ahead, otherwise there'll be not enough time. Okay. So there are main 3 types of warehouses, and we'll just quickly look at it in terms of to kind of understand the types of warehouses we have. I mean, there are like hybrid types other than what I'm showing here, but these are the main 3 types. So the U-shaped warehouses where you can see the shipping and then picking and then storage and reception and the loading is formulated as a U. So that's why we call it a U-shaped warehouse. And then here the main advantage of a U-shaped warehouse is this is very efficient for cross-docking operation, because as you can see, the shipping and the loading, everything is in one side. And this type of a warehouse is also easy to supervise and control. One of the main advantages of this kind of a warehouse is to like the travel distance for goods is very low. Minimum travel distance for good, because it's always going on a U shape. But on the other hand, the disadvantages can be less efficient for large scale storage, because in here the space is very limited for expansion. You can't expand a U, right? So it's a disadvantage. And the next type is the I-shaped one. So again, as you can see, the loading and unloading and the shipping are completely at opposite sides, and the storage is in between. It's by the look at it's a form of an I. So that's why it's called an I shape. So what are the advantages? And for this type of a warehouse, we also call as through flow design. We can call it as I-shape or through flow design. Both names are called here. So the main advantages of this type of a warehouse is to handle high volume operation, and then reduce congestion at receiving and shipping docks, because the docks are in, completely isolation, and ample space has been given for both docks. Disadvantages, the main disadvantage is the opposite of the U shape, which is the traveling between the docks is a little longer than the U shape. So that's the main disadvantage here. But there are possible option for expansion as well. So that's a kind of advantage. Okay, let's look at the other type of the warehouse. Okay, so this is called L-shaped warehouse, where the formation of the loading and then shipping is as a L, letter L. So here, one of the main advantages here is to have the flexibility of different types of operations. So for a warehouse where they use many customers in many industries, this type of a warehouse is more suitable. And this type of a warehouse also can be set up according to the space constraints that particular company has. I mean, this kind of a warehouse can be set up in a very small area. So that's also an advantage. But one of the disadvantages is like there are some complex cities when it comes to handling this kind of a warehouse in terms of some goods, like complex, like example, complex materials. You can't handle this type of a warehouse because it's the handling of the goods. So these are the main types, and a few other warehouse designs are like multi-story design, where you have, the shape, the concept is same, but it is on a multi-story level. So the advantages of this is like from the same footprint, you can get a height. So, obviously you get the cost advantage, and also you can have segregated operation in different floors, like floor 1 you can assign to, because sometimes customers, they want designated areas even in a public warehouse. Customers request for designated areas for their goods. So that is one advantage of having a multi-story design. But again, one of the biggest disadvantage of a multi-story warehouse is like you have to have an elevator to transport goods, because when it comes to goods, it's very difficult to use with the elevator, and the operational cost of establishing a warehouse like this is very high, because the structure has to support the multi-storage design. And then comes the automated storage and retrieval systems. So we call it AS and RS design. So here, like in Amazon and in Nike, I saw this type of warehouses where the human intervention is very low. It's high efficiency, high accuracy, and very reduced labor cost. So all the retrieval and put away, the storage and pulling out, everything happen in an automated way. So some warehouses use like a thing called spiders. It's like going in, when you key in the location, it will automatically go and pick the goods and come and give it to whatever place they needed. And all the conveyors carry all the goods around the warehouse. And here also, this is a very high initial investment. And another main disadvantage of this type of a warehouse is to like the flexibility to change, because since we have to set up the warehouse in a way, so let's say some person give a very good idea to change some rack or something, you can't do it because it's again another very high cost. So that's the main disadvantage of this type of a warehouse. Cross-docking warehouse, I think we have discussed. I'm not going to elaborate on that. It's low unloading and then straight away loading. So it will reduce in significant storage cost. That's the main advantage of it. And then open space design is like large open areas, public areas, and you like you sometimes automated, sometimes you have to contact the service provider and assign a space. Now in Canada, we have a good example for this. There are like yards, like big yards. You can, let's say you have a seasonal goods inside. Let's say you have a Christmas tree at home. You only need that tree for the Christmas. So since the house is very small in this type of country, we have to keep the Christmas tree in somewhere else. So you can go this to an open space warehouse, and you can just put the card in. Nobody's there to even talk. You just put the Christmas tree inside the designated location, and then you have to come back. When you want to retrieve it, do the same. And for the time period it has been stored, they will charge when we retrieve the goods. So that's it. Nobody is going to check what are you storing there. So that is something. Sorry, so that is something called the open space design. Up to now, any questions? Types of warehouses? Hope everything is clear. Okay.
Clear.
All right, thanks. Okay, so unlike all the operations, even in a warehouse, we have certain goals like reducing waste. So why we need to have this type of activity like reducing waste? It can be identify, eliminating non-value added activities. I mean, we discuss about waste, like, so you need to understand the waste types of waste we have in a warehouse, and you need to have a proper mechanism to eliminate it. So this is to achieve these goals, only we need the technologies like, or tools like, techniques like Lean or Six Sigma, whatever, to improve the type of waste, and then obviously improve the efficiency, streamline the process, reduce cycle time. So those are key goals of a warehouse. And then the most important one is the space utilization enhancements. So those are like part and parcel of warehouse management. And also the accuracy. Improving inventory accuracy may play a major role in warehouse management part. So that is also one of the key goals. Flexibility. When it comes to flexibility, the customers every day want something, the warehouse management to be flexible, because they sometimes want different product mix or different, they need to sometimes crash the lead time. So sometimes, so they want us or the warehouse management team to be very flexible. So that is also one of the goals. So again, in order to achieve those goals, we need to properly do a process map or a value stream map, and then identify what are the goals that can be improved, or what are the goals that we can have to improve in terms of warehouse management. Then the things like reducing cost, and then the things like improving employee productivity, sustainability, etc. Okay, so I'll just go to the next slide. So here I have listed out the key performance indicators of a warehouse, which I'm not going to explain one by one. So inventory accuracy, order accuracy, order cycle time, picking accuracy, and then order lead time, warehouse capacity utilization. I mean, these are I mean, there are many more, but I have listed what I have experienced and I have monitored in my warehouse management life. And there are some more KPIs you can introduce with the however management requires it. Anything you want to elaborate on this one? What about back order rate? Have you heard this term, back order rate? So the back order rate means like the percentage of orders that cannot be filled at the time of customer's orders. So that means you can just calculate number of back orders by total orders and into 100. So that is so we need to reduce the back order rates as much as possible, because it's a negative KPI. Yeah, so let's ask few questions from the people who are managing warehouses, like Viduranga and then Nuan and even Lasantha and Nuan, others can also answer. So what type of a warehouse you have, like U-shape, I-shape or L-shape? And what are the like main KPIs you are controlling, or rather reviewing at the moment? Start with Viduranga, probably.
Mr. Dilip, warehouse design is it's already fixed. Now we can't change now. Then it is a.
Yeah, what type of a warehouse you have? I-shape, U-shape, or a L-shape, Viduranga?
I think U-shape.
U-shape. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So the receiving and the shipping both in one side of the warehouse, right?
Side of the apps, yes.
Okay, got it. And then what are the KPIs out of this you manage on a daily basis? Like, let's say 3,
daily
4.
basis, we are our main KPI is finished good damages, because we are carrying we are operating 1,500 pallets per day. Okay. Then our key point is reduce the damage. Main KPI is reducing damage and loading time. We are fixed 1 hour for loading in one primo.
Okay.
Then we are maintain FIFO also. We have another warehouse also. Then it is tough because goods are moved to here and there. Then we are anyhow we maintain FIFO as well.
What is the type of warehouse? I mean, now you saw a couple of type of warehouse like cold storage, likewise. So what is your warehouse categorized as, like out of the ones we have discussed?
Yeah, we have a main warehouse and bonded warehouse. We call bonded warehouse because of the excise department involved. They have 24/7 base the factory. Then they
Custom
have
office is there. Custom office is there.
No, we call excise officers, Surabadu.
Excise officer. Okay.
Excise officers there. They have a keys. Then bond room. After the production, they open the door. Then they pay we calculate the tax and they release the goods to main warehouse.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Thank you very much, Viduranga. What about Nuan?
We are having the private warehouse, which is like L-shaped warehouse. Like you can
L-shape.
Yeah, L-shape. We are receiving the goods from the one end and the shipping from the other end.
Okay.
And mainly we focusing on the order accuracy, as I explained.
Order accuracy.
We are receiving the goods per each PO, so we are mainly considering on the order accuracy, and we are maintaining also the warehouse, the capacity, because comparing to the production,
Mhm.
We are our warehouse is the smaller. So we mainly consider about the capacity, because we don't keep the much goods in the warehouse much longer time, and we are trying to ship the goods as soon as possible, and when to reduce the time period as well.
Okay. Okay. And now, if I ask you, like, what are the daily activities that you do? You said inventory accuracy is one of the key
Yeah.
ones that you. So, what are the daily activities you do to increase, or rather elevate the inventory accuracy?
We are actually monitoring through all the inventory through the ERP system. So with all the like each hourly we are tracing the ERP, and what we are doing is if incomplete the quantities per day, we are going back to the receiving center and with the production, and we are taking necessary actions to complete the remaining orders, remaining quantity.
Okay. Okay.
ERP is alerting to everyone, like as I told, all the operation in the one ERP system. So if there's any shortages or any insufficient quantities, the other previous departments is alert on it.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Fantastic. Anyone else want to contribute your experience?
Yeah, so basically, even though I am not from warehouse background, I just want to add something here. So in our company, like we have about like 10 to 11 manufacturing locations. So majority of these warehouses are like U-shape, and then we have the multi-story also.
Okay.
And then if you talk about this key performance, yes, inventory accuracy, order accuracy, and then safety incidents. And apart from that, we have like different KPIs, kind of like aging analysis of the inventory.
Okay.
So the aging analysis we have, and then leftover materials.
Okay.
That is one of the KPI. And then we are maintaining a bank, like it's kind of a rotating bank, where we manufacture, we produce garments based on the sales projection, where we don't have a PO. And once the PO comes, we just immediately pack the goods and we pull it from the bank and we ship the goods. So that bank inventory also like one of our KPI. So apart from these KPI, we have like 3-4 extra KPIs.
Okay, great. So you made to without an order, you made to stock, and then POs will be coming later, and you okay, good.
Yeah, because one of our we have a team sitting in USA with the customers. They are working hand to hand with the customers planner, and then they analyze every week sales for each category.
Okay.
So what they do is like based on the sales numbers, sell through percentages, they have a they have the bell curve. Okay, these are the sizes, these are the colors selling this week. So they are giving these projections to the factory
Planning team.
So
Okay.
then what we do is like we pull it from the bank, we pack the goods and we ship it, and then side by side we refill that bank again.
Wow. Okay.
So at any given time we have a like finished goods.
Yeah, got it. Thank you, Nuwan. Anyone else?
One agent analysis did for finished good also. Any tool you
No,
are using?
aging analysis basically we are doing for the raw material like
Raw
fabric,
material.
trims and everything. So like what is in between like 30 to 60, 60 to 90, 90 to 100, more than 120 days. So more than 120 days is like, it's purely leftover basically.
Okay.
Even 90, more than 90 also, like cannot be more than 3 months in the warehouse.
Viduranga,
Yeah,
hope,
okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think your ERP, you said you have a ERP. So ERP should have that data, and you can extract the data from the ERP and pivot it to get a aging. That should be done. That should be able to done. Because as Nuan said, these are like different types of operations inside the warehouse, which further can be improved. I mean, even with the market demand, as Nuan said, sometimes we produce without a PO and keep it. And then we have done similar exercise for thread also. Like we use a lot of thread cones, and even after GDN, the goods issue, I used to keep these thread cones. So these records are not, I mean, all previous orders, and I used to issue without a zero value POs for the next orders. So that is also a significant benefit for the business. And as again, thank you, Nuan, for that input.
For the finished good, we are using RFID technology.
RFID.
So
Okay.
yeah, so all these cartoon boxes, like once the garments are packed, it's going through RFID tunnel. So every warehouse is having RFID tunnel. So it goes through the tunnel, and automatically the RFID signals go to the machine, and the machine will print the data.
Okay.
So within the day, how many styles, color wise, everything, you can get a report. So no need to do anything manually.
Okay, got it. Even the pieces inside the box will be counted using the RFID, right?
Yeah, because every garment is having RFID tag.
RFID, okay.
So it is captured to the, that tunnel is having like RFID receiving antennas. It's automatically captured the data and it goes to the computer.
Okay, good. Okay, very nice inputs from everyone. Thank you very much. So let's move. Okay, so here I have mentioned, okay, now we have discussed the types of warehouse, what are the key performance indicators we need to have, and what are the goals we need to go behind. And now how do we do it? Like now coming back to our subject. Okay, how we use lean management to kind of improve these goals or improve these KPIs or improve the whole operation or do it something differently. So now we need to use whatever we learn. It can be value stream map. It can be simple tools like 5S. Yesterday to Sajid and Nuan, Siri, what we advise them to start with 5S. Keep the value stream map, draw it, and start with simple things like 5S. Setting everything in order will definitely reduce the times that we are mentioning in the value stream by significant percentage. So start with 5S. And then the things like JIT, Kaizen, I'm not going to explain these things because we have already explained thoroughly and we did the exercises on this. And Kanban and root cause analysis like five eyes and fish bones. We already discussed this. Let's have a bit of understanding on the ones we have highlighted here, because those are the ones we haven't discussed, but yet powerful tools in terms of managing a warehouse. Okay, so what is visual management? So this is very simple, but yet a powerful tool to visualize all the signals, communication information, and this is a very effective method and quick method. So it can be a label, or it can be a color coding, and it can be a signal or signage to streamline the process. So in some countries, like the literacy level is very low, we can use visual management techniques to kind of give signals to the warehouse teams or the logistic teams or transportation teams, whatever, or even in manufacturing teams. And then standardization of work. I think this you are familiar with, to kind of maintain standardized processes to ensure consistent performance and quality. Because in some countries, if we don't provide them standardized worksheet, they don't even start working. But in some countries, in some cultures, even if we give them a standardized work, they do a completely different thing. So that is the experience we have, right? Okay, and then the elimination of waste. So we discussed here, but there's a word called MUDA here, right? So in lean, we call this waste elimination MUDA. And why I want to highlight here is we have another two words called MURA and MURI. So normally MURA, MURI, and MUDA, we talk in line. And MUDA, we all know it's a 8 types of waste we discussed already. And the MURA, the MURA is the one that covers the unevenness, or the irregularity in the lean management. So that what we discussed in the morning also, not in the morning, the first half of the session also, the unevenness or the variation. So in lean management, by doing more activities, tools with MURA, we can eliminate the unevenness or the variation in the process, right? So, I mean, having a Six Sigma is perfect, but let's say you can't do everything in one go. So we can start with MURA activities first. And then MURI is about overburden. Overburden is like if we are overburdening something, it can be a machine or a person, right? And it can cause problems. Let's say assigning excessive tasks to a worker, right? Leading to the worker is being burned out, or running machines at a maximum capacity consistently. Then it will cause wear and tear of that particular machine. Okay. I'm supposed to give oh, okay, sorry, there's another one. Sorry. The load leveling. Load leveling is about, we call it Haijunka, and that is the last phase of the lean journey, when we fulfill, that is the kind of a pinnacle of lean. So when we fulfill all the other areas of lean, we can do certain activities in terms of load leveling. So this is all about distributing workload evenly across process to avoid bottlenecks and ensure smooth flow of operation. So I'm supposed to give a break here. Shall we get a, because since we had certain breaks, I just didn't focus what everyone thinks. You need a break, or can I continue?
I think we will continue, right?
All right. Okay.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, thank you. Just checking with you, everyone. Okay. 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 Now, the main two functions of warehouse. I mean, there are many functions of warehouse as we discussed already. But when it comes to warehouse, the layout optimization is the main discussion point, because space is the key area of a warehouse, as we spoke. So space utilization, efficient use of available space, balancing storage density, etc. And then the second most important one is the flow optimization. How does the material and the information flow travels between operations? So minimizing travel time, ensuring smooth flow of goods are the main areas for this. Safety and ergonomics, I mean, this is really important. We discussed this. Otherwise, there'll be a lot of waste created, and also the safety is violated. Flexibility, we discussed. Designing the layout to adapt changes in product lines, volumes, and order patterns, etc. And one of the main ones here in terms of layout optimization is having a proper technology integration. So some of the WMS do this automatically, the layout optimization. So, but some tools we have just to handle the layout optimization part. out of the WMS. So whatever technology you use, having a technology in a complex situation would give you a better advantage. And also product categorization. So you have to organize products based on their demand frequency. It can be their size. So imagine you store raw material and finished good in one warehouse. You can't mix those together. You have to keep it separately. So and yeah, those are the things. So how do we do it? Like the steps. So analyzing of the current status. I mean, this is nothing new here. So what we have done, like the PDCAs and the value stream map. So the concept is very same. So that is the reason I'm not going to explain much on this. But if I briefly touch the steps, obviously we need to analyze the current status by using our techniques and tools learned. And then we need to define objectives. And then we need to gather data, because in my experience, the moment we try to gather data, the data is everywhere. So the gathering data, I think even Pradesh emphasized this part really well. The final result of this layout optimization or any other activity will depend on this step, the gathering of data, because the more accurate data you have on inventory levels or order frequency or whatever SKU characteristics or any operational process is very much important to analyze the current state and to have an action plan. And after you have gathered data, you can do a proper layout design, as I explained, using a WMS or a specific designing tools. There are warehouse layout designing tools. And then you have to have the policies, implementation flow strategies, as Nuwan said. So there are inventory policies to have all been scanned through RFID, and then going through a tunnel, and then going to respective areas. So likewise, the flow, the information, and the flow of material has to analyze and design. Then again, the technology has to upgrade based on the new whatever design we just finalized. The technology has to upgrade. So in order to do this, you have to have a customizable WMS system. So one of the problems I came across when warehouse management is being done. Okay, so people come with brilliant ideas, but when we try to implement, the WMS we had was not customizable.
Yes, Mr. Dilip, I will go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the case study talk about for advanced steel company lean journey. First, they will move to before the lean. They always thinking about work. How hard is my day going to be tomorrow? No preceding place, no structure, and chaos every day. Then they realize what is lean. He said eliminate the waste and avoid non-adding activities they are promote. Then they start the morning meeting. The people are talking and they come up with ideas. They not fear to do the mistake. They learning with the mistakes. They are using 20 minutes. Maintain the 3 S's. Every day they are playing music. Then everyone knows now. Sweep, sort, standardize, flow, standardize practice are the maintain. They use the just-in-time principles. within 1 hour they can produce. They are using their raw materials, and they are using also Kanban identify the weak produce materials and visual of products. And they're using visual management controls. They are using color codes for each workstation, and also they standard procedure boards. They are using format system, their own method. Then 6 people and 1 supervisor in area. Then they knows next come and need to be prepared for the new job. Each procedure allocate the time. Then no one get panic also. Then small brackets. They in video said earlier they go to 3 hours. Then they are using new technology and coming down to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And bin management also they are identified, and standard operation procedure daily, weekly, monthly they are maintained. Then Kanban visually they can this week production value of the production, especially the coil they are maintained. Then they are use STEP, their method, standard time, equipment, and person. Also, they are using new innovation, forklift machine using magnet to collect some their parts, waste parts. Finally, finally they said why lean implementation is failed. No more morning meetings, no improvement in time, no new ideas. He said fourth one is unless you are really experienced mayhem its maximum, you will ready to do anything to make sure that you don't go back there. Likewise, I identify those things.
Good, very good analysis on the video, because so if we watch this video in the beginning of the program, sometimes we might not capture these things because we haven't understand the tool and the techniques properly. So now when you watch this type of a video, you will better understand, and most importantly, now you started doing a value stream. So when you do a value stream, you will come across these difficulties, what they have, the Advanced Steel or Toyota or whatever company. So then you you don't need to invent the wheel again. You can even go through their system, how they overcome that difficulty, and then you can implement that in your own way, in your own factory. So
Yes.
yeah, very good observation. Thanks, Viduranga. And also hope everybody saw that if somebody is interested in visiting this Advanced Steels, if somebody is going over there in that country, so it's a very good option. They open their doors for anyone who willing to learn. Anyone else want to go? We have another few minutes.
Regarding, they mentioned regarding the safety and the some what do you call risk hassle-free environment they created. That also they mentioned.
Yeah, because they are working with a lot of steel and dangerous cargo, because they mainly manufacture sheds. So in countries like Ireland, and so these sheds are used everywhere. Behind every house there is a shed to keep garden equipments.
Backyard, basically a backyard.
At every backyard, this type of shed is there. Even I have one in my backyard. So this is, this is a huge industry, and you hope you observe the time that they have taken into transform this into this only 3 years. It's a significant achievement. Even my experience, we took like more than 5-6 years for some people to even understand lean. So it's a remarkable improvement. Anyone else?
I think Viduranga is covered, I think 95% of the content. Right? So apart from what Viduranga said, I think the main thing is like he said about the synchronization. Like, some parts are like, manufacturing separate two machines and then synchronize and then do the end product. So that is one thing that they mentioned. And then about the Gemba docs.
Gemba docs, yeah. Okay. And anybody heard the word Kamashibai?
Yeah, that's they're applying the Kamishiba. That's what I'm going to ask. Apart from the Viduranga explained, they
Yes.
apply the Kamishiba both to the daily task. I think daily, weekly, and the monthly the task. So it's a really new point for us, and I think it's connect to the Gemba Docs system as well.
Yeah. Yes. So Kamashiba is nice practice to do. I mean, it's very simple. I mean, even you can Google it and see how the techniques. It's a very basic way of identifying the tasks you have for a particular time frame, and then what are the tasks you have completed and what are the tasks you haven't completed. So it's a very useful visual management tool in a department. You can implement, like you can use for a project or a day-to-day activities as well. Yeah. Hope that video finds interesting, and I'll search more videos like that for the next couple of sessions. And I have signed contracts with one of the Canadian companies last week. So I've started working. That's the reason I couldn't have the Viduranga session in the middle of the week. I'm also now have free time on Saturday and Sunday. So why I have told you that is not to tell that I got a job, but to kind of tell you, I can even show one of the, because I also joined to a logistic company. So I can share probably at the end of the session, what are the things I am going to do in my own factory or the operation here, and the learnings, how can I convert my learnings into actual, because that's where the whole challenge comes in, right? I mean, listening to videos, listening to theories, listening to lectures, I mean, those are like good. But when you try to implement only, you will have the real essence of it. So to be honest, in this logistic company, they have 20 fleet trucks. So currently, I'm going in each truck to each destination to do the Gemba part of it. Because I want to understand, because I have worked in so many countries, but not in this country. So I have to first get inside the lorry and go to that level of understanding. Then only I can do the process improvement. So I think that's the key. I'm just sharing this because you also like to start something new. So go into that level and understanding the operation before you make any changes. All right, that's it from my end, and I'll hand over to Darshana to do the close up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Dileep. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. First of all, apologize for the small technical issue, right? So as I mentioned, because our Zoom subscription expired, that's why. So I want to renew the subscriptions of the Zoom. So thank you, and nicely now I can see the more engagement of the team and sharing of the lean knowledge. That's what that's what we wanted now. In the very first two session, we saw a lot of silence, right? But now they are discussing, talking about the lean words and related to the lean word. Especially today, I very keen about listening about the video expression of the video learnings. So wonderful, everyone. Small word they have captured now, not the major work. So that means very deeply. So thank you very much. We will meet next week now, because now you can see, right, we are discussing more about the lean, how we use it properly. And again, what I want to tell you is, please do something, apply and learn and experience how it's happening. And if you face any problem, just share with us. That's a learning from everyone's. Then we can give some more ideas. Right, that's all. So thank you very much. And feedback also, I think today is nice. Everyone say thank you. We will meet next time, please. Other people will have a session about the VSM review. Right, so we will discuss in our WhatsApp group. Then please share the time as we discuss. So then we can finalize and have a session. So it's called a one-to-one coaching session. Thank you all and have a good weekend. Weeks will be start tomorrow onwards. Okay, thank you. All the best. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.